So this is a Micron Home MPC computer, which as you can see right here is designed for Windows 95 and also has a Pentium inside. This computer you could own in 1997 for a little over $1,800. That's kind of expensive. It's more expensive than my modern computer. So yeah, let's see what's inside, I suppose. This case is pretty interesting. It's besides the scuff mark, this case, the side panel had a million scuff marks on it. I had to take a magic marker to it and clean it up. They also wrote in a marker up here, parts only, and lo and behold, I turned the computer on the first time without even opening it up, and it works. So I don't think it's very parts only. It's only held shut by a single thumb screw here, and also these plastic latches on the top and bottom that you have to push in to slide the side panel off. It's kind of a pain in the butt, so I'm going to have to put the camera down to do it. So when you get this plasticky side panel off, which just has an RF shield on the other side, so it's pretty kind of cheesy. First thing you would notice is the rather stylish CPU cooler, which I like. At first you would think that this is a glued on heatsink, but it's actually screwed on. It looks a bit like a hard drive with a lot of platters, in a way. That's all there is for that CPU cooler. As you can see, the bottom is threaded on there, so basically all you gotta do is have the CPU slide into these arms here. It holds the CPU from the sides, and all you gotta do is screw the tower cooler up on top of here. I guess I'll call it a tower cooler because that's what it most resembles. And it passively cools your CPU. This computer comes stock with a whopping, I think it was 16 megabytes of RAM with stock, but this computer was upgraded to a whopping 32 megabytes of, I'm guessing that's FPM RAM in there. I don't think this thing's new enough for EDO, is it? No, this is an ATX board, so it's probably EDO. As you can see, there's only one, I guess that's a voltage regulator for CPU, so you can't run an MMX unit in there, but there is this header right here that says power module. I'm guessing that's for an external power module, so you could run an MMX CPU in there, which would be kind of nice, but it's just a 133 right now. Another odd thing about the hardware right here is that we have an EMU 8000 card, which is a Sound Blaster AWE32 synthesizer. It looks a little bit empty, but that's because it's only the AWE synthesizer on here, because the Vibra chipset is already on the motherboard, so this is kind of just an upgrade for the sound. Basically turns a Vibra card into an AWE card. Even has the memory expansion right here. And I think this ribbon cable right here is to run the audio into the motherboard so that it can be mixed by the motherboard into one signal for your speakers. Other than that, there's pretty much not much else going on here. Besides the case fan, which is also the CPU fan. It just kind of sucks air over the CPU cooler here. Got a basic old power supply, and I like this CD-ROM drive. It's pretty speedy, I'll show you that. And also we have a 2.5 gigabyte Western Digital Caviar hard drive. So let's put this thing together and see what it's got on it, I suppose. Also, good luck getting the side panel back on. As you can see, there's 4 plastic clips that it has to go into, and there's 4 on the bottom also. But since this thing is made of plastic, it likes to bow out a little bit. And also these little metal pushers on the end to make contact with the case for ESD or whatever. No, not ESD. It's an RF shield. It pushes on the case, so you have to push it onto the case while also sliding it forward while it's trying to pop out. But since it's plastic, it bends out. So you have to use 2 hands to push on it. One to push and one to pull, I suppose. It's kind of a mess. Of course, you should be asking the question, why would you need another Pentium? And the answer to that is I don't. The reason I wanted this computer specifically, well, not specifically the Home MPC, I kind of wanted a Millennia with the same case design, because that's what was inside the, actually filled the computer labs in my elementary school. But this is close enough to be, kind of have sentimental value to me, I suppose you could say. It's a bit loud, thanks to the rear fan over there. We got 32 megs. Blah blah blah. Starts Windows 95. Just has a basic Phoenix BIOS. And beeps twice for whatever reason. It's pretty speedy. Although I think this is the original install of Windows, the original owners did not install any of the software that came with the computer, as far as I can tell. You can go to Properties here and see that the Micron logo is on the System Properties window. So I'm guessing this was a thing. Look at my pretty OEM number. Oh yeah, another thing, the CD-ROM drive. Yeah, it kind of just shoots out there. I like that. But these all came standard with the, this computer, this model, the 133 megahertz version, was supposed to come standard with a 2 megabyte S3 Verge, but I guess the original owner decided that they wanted a 4 megabyte S3 Verge instead, which is something that I kind of wanted for a while, because my other computer over here only has a 2 megabyte S3 Verge, and I wanted to see what this thing would do with 4 megabytes so I can run Frogger or something like that. Something I have yet to do. And these guys, for the time, I guess they were pretty high tech, whoever bought this, because they had a Palm Pilot. And they even loaded the Book of Mormon on it. And like most other smart computer owners of the time, when they get rid of, not of the time, but nowadays, when they get rid of the computer, they throw it out with deleting anything, well, most of anything. There's been stuff deleted off of here, but yeah, I found a social security number on this sucker, and they should be glad I found it, because I don't do shit with that, but geez, you shouldn't do that. It came with the Microsoft Pinball Arcade trial, which I have the full version of the game somewhere, but I kind of like it. It's sort of a pinball simulation, I guess. You can see that guy in the ball there just having a blast. The only one you can do now is 1982 Haunted House. Well, let me be pretty honest here. This, and that. That one's okay, but basically the first three are pretty shitty games. Shitty pinball games, I don't like them. Everything after that's alright. These two are good. But yeah. Oh yeah, it switches to 1024 by 768 for this game. So this Pentium 133 is rendering a good high res. See how small my mouse cursor is compared to what it usually is. It takes a little bit to load. But I was looking it up on PC Mag to see what kind of stuff this came with. This computer was supposed to come with like a game pack and Microsoft Works, I think, or is that just the 166 megahertz version? I'm not going to be able to play this with one hand. That's not working. I don't know why they decided they wanted to stick a big plug on the end of a PS2 port so it will run into your other PS2 plugs. It's just bad design. Bad design. Bad Keytronic. Well, I'm going to try and play a pinball game with one hand now. Watch this. It's oh shit. What buttons? I'll just sit in caps lock now. But yeah, the two shift buttons are the paddles. Oh, really? let myself die now. I don't like switching this monitor to high resolution. It makes a click that sounds like it doesn't like to do that, but it's what it's supposed to do, so too bad. They also had some Reader Rabbit stuff on here, some sports games, Deer Avenger. I don't know what the heck that is, but it sounds pretty interesting. Well, I went to run. Someone previously ran DX Diag on here, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, here's all your specifications. And I can't close this. I also tried loading Tomb Raider on here. This game was designed for a Pentium 66 at its lowest. Or 60. One of the two. Wow. I don't think it liked that. Well, it ran the first time I ran it. Yes, not this time. Oh, that's why I need the CD in there, huh? Okay. This Tomb Raider disc is full of AOL nonsense. That's kind of cool. Switch them out to run it sideways. Now we can run Tomb Raider, possibly. No? There we go. I've never really played Tomb Raider besides probably about 10 minutes earlier today, testing this computer out. Something I'll have to play more. Doesn't control too bad. Somewhat. Whoops. But playing it one-handed is not very good. I'm probably not going to be able to jump. But for a Pentium 133, 3D rendering is not too bad. It makes me kind of curious of how my 200 MMX would do. I'm going to get stabbed by these things here really quick. And now I can't go anywhere because I'm stuck here because I'm playing with one hand. So yeah. I'm hoping to use this as my, I guess my primary non-MMX first or Pentium system, I suppose. I was going to convert this Micron right here to a Pentium 133. However, now that I have a Pentium 133 over here, and also Micron I like more, this will be my Pentium 133. So it's about it for this computer. It's a pretty decent pre-built computer. It's actually pretty good. Usually pre-built computers from this time usually have some really ugly cases. I just don't like them. They're all bubbly and gross. But this one's good.